welcome back to another video. My name is Nathan and I make videos that have to do with metaphysics, manifestation, and happiness, and basically all kinds of topics that have to do with spiritual awareness. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about astral travel, but more specifically, the top 5 weird things that happen in the astral realm while you're astral traveling that I just haven't heard anybody else talking about. And I know that you guys are going to find some of these things pretty funny and pretty interesting, and actually might indirectly help you more to tap into the astral realm to help yourself to be able to astral travel. So definitely stay tuned, because a few of these I know that you have not heard, and let's go ahead and get started. So for the last 2.5 or about 3 weeks here, I've been astral traveling basically every single night, sometimes multiple times, and I've actually managed now to astral travel twice without even having it being nighttime, meaning I've been kind of working on figuring out how to just basically sit here and launch myself into the astral realm. But that's a little bit more complex, and I'm gonna be making videos on that in the future, and a whole bunch of videos coming up here all about the astral realm and certain things you can do there, as well as how to get there. So definitely make sure to subscribe below and like this video, and let me know any topics that you might want to see covered that have to do with astral traveling, because I am absolutely obsessed right now and I'm loving it. Okay, now we'll get started. So the very first thing about astral traveling in the astral realm that is the #1 thing on this list is that when you go into the astral realm, when you roll out of your body and shift into this, you are literally stepping out of your physicality. Now, you probably already know that and are aware of that, but the thing is that our physicality is carrying so much memory and so much weight and so much information to it. Your energy body that like rolls out of your physical body to be able to move around in the astral realm doesn't have any of that weight that's weighing it down. It's like literally just your energy, and yet somehow your personality is still there. So the #1 thing is that when you roll out of your body and you're in the astral realm, you just like turn into a little kid again. It's the best way to put it. You just instantly turn into a little kid. All of a sudden, your motives and the energy and the way that you move in the astral realm, it's not like you have your physical person. You don't go in there with your thought processes or certain kinds of conscious awareness that you have in your physical being. You roll into it and you literally become like the energy of your life form, and that's your driving force. So for me personally, and I'd love to hear from you if you relate to this and what your energy person is like, but for me, I'm just ridiculous. All of a sudden, I'm driven by my excitement and my creativity and my desires much more powerfully than I am in my physical form. Now, we could probably talk about this and theorize and be all like, oh, it's probably because we're societally trained to be certain ways and certain things are okay, and I've learned all these things from my parents and so on and so forth. In the astral realm, none of that is there. You are literally stripped away of all of that, and you are your free, childlike self. Now, the hilarious thing about this that I haven't heard anybody talk about is I might be able to say right now here with you in my physical form in this video, when I go into the astral realm, I'm gonna go over to my friend and I'm gonna help pull him out of his body into the astral realm with me, right? I can have intentions of things that I wanna do in the astral realm, but the second I enter the astral realm, so much of me is stripped away that I don't remember certain goals and intentions and things that I want to do in the astral realm, because I'm literally just a kid. So I might think that I want to go astral traveling because I want to go help heal my dad's back pain or something like this. And instead, what I'll end up doing is flying around and like pulling pranks on people and doing hilarious stuff. So I thought that was a really funny thing to mention to you guys that I have not heard before. You literally become like a little kid, and I did not expect that at all. So the first few times I entered into the astral realm, I was just absolutely ridiculous and like balls to the wall going hilarious. Like, I guess my energy is very prankster-like, and that energy is really what drives me a lot in the astral realm for some reason. And it also contributes to a lot of the entities that I interact with in the astral realm too, which is coming up. So hold on for that. So the second on this list of weird things that happen in the astral realm that no one else talks about. This is one that honestly I kind of battled with myself about whether I wanted to share this with the whole internet or not. But in the spirit of being an honest friend and you guys always being honest with me, I'm gonna put it in here. And I am really confident you will not judge me because I wouldn't judge you. So, you know, the whole reality mirror thing, I feel comfortable sharing it. So the thing is like I said, with number one, you kind of turn into this little kid again. Now, the thing about the astral realm is that your energy body, yes, you're stripped away of the physicalness, but there is so much sex energy that is woven into your astral form. And I have not heard anybody else explain this. And this is just my experience of doing this repeatedly over and over again for the last 2.5, 3 weeks here. So, you know, take it or not. But the thing is you lose the physicality, right? The need to go around and biologically mate with people and stuff like this. But the sex energy is still there. Sex energy isn't just about having sex, it's about creativity. It's about sharing. It's about birthing more into the universe around you. It's about multiplying. It's about creating yourself in everything that you do. Now, this energy becomes massive in the astral realm, and I'm really not sure why. So I'd love to hear what you might have to say about this if you have any understanding of this. But for me, I'm just gonna lay it out without, without trying to embarrass myself or be weird or have anybody judge me here. The first few times I went into the astral realm, I legit became so sexually charged that I wanted to like fly around and like spy on naked people and like grab them. I can't believe I'm sharing this with YouTube and the whole world right now. But here's the thing, like, I'm not like that in my normal day-to-day life. Like, I'm not walking around objectifying people or thinking like, oh, I want to bend this person over and bang them. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that when I go into the astral realm, that energy becomes so pronounced is something that I really think is worth talking about and is very interesting. Now, in my physical form and what I'm doing in my day-to-day life right now, I actually practice semen retention, where I transmute my sexual energy into certain projects and things that I'm doing, like making videos, rather than just masturbating or having sex and basically releasing my semen is how I'll put it. Look up sexual transmutation if this is the first time you've heard of it. It's actually very powerful, especially for guys. I'm not a girl, so I honestly don't know. But the thing is that I don't have that energy in my day-to-day life, but when I roll into the astral realm, suddenly I'm extremely sexually charged, and I've never heard anybody talk about that. Because when people are talking about astral travel, they're like, oh, it's all spiritual and stuff, and like, I totally feel that. I'm a very spiritual and aware person, so the fact that I'm all of a sudden rolling into this dimension where I want to go around and spy on naked people and touch them is very strange to me. But it is happening, and here's a funny thing too. I actually had extraterrestrial contact in one of my astral travel experiences where literally the ET popped in and literally told me to stop doing that because it's actually affecting people. Maybe in the astral realm, if I go and grope somebody, they're not gonna wake up the next morning and be consciously aware of that, but I'm literally molesting somebody's energy, and that is totally not cool. So I legit had an extraterrestrial pop into my experience and basically tell me to stop doing that, and I promise you guys, I have not spied on anybody or groped anyone since. I can't believe I'm sharing this right now. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I've actually got that video tagged below in the description for you guys of this extraterrestrial contact experience that happened to me in this astral travel. So definitely check that out below. There's a whole lot of other information that the ET shared with me as well that I know you're gonna find interesting if you find this video interesting too. So moving on to the third thing. Number 3, the third weird thing that nobody talks about astral traveling is that you are rolling into this dimension, which is always taking place, right? We're always part of it. We're just kind of releasing the physical to be able to have our awareness and our ability to move throughout it, is how someone might explain it, like myself. But it doesn't mean that you intuitively understand how to do everything in the astral realm. Meaning that my experience is anytime I go into the astral realm, like I said, I'm like a kid, but also in the sense that I have to learn how to walk in the astral realm. I have to learn how to fly. I have to learn how to do certain things like healing people, which again, definitely make sure to subscribe below because I got all kinds of videos coming out about how to heal your friends in the astral realm, how to fly, all kinds of things. I'm like super obsessed with this right now, guys. So prepare for a lot of astral traveling information. But the point is that you have to learn. An example is that I have the intention in the astral realm. At first I'm walking around and I say, okay, I can feel that I'm so light here, I'm gonna fly. And I literally just hop. It's literally just like stepping up into the air and I start flying. So it is intuitive and it is instinctual, But the hilarious thing is that my body is constantly like falling over things. I'm constantly like rolling around and trying to catch myself. Like I'm not a flight master, you know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to do things in the astral realm the same way that you do in this realm when we first experience our awareness in it. You gotta learn to walk. You gotta learn to communicate. And you gotta learn not to go around groping people and spying on them. Right? You literally have so much to learn when you're in this realm. And there's so much to do that I have literally barely even scratched the surface of what is capable of being done in the astral realm. And I've made it my personal mission to do this every single night and get really good at even doing it during the day so I can have all kinds of information to share with you guys, because this is really cool. It is such an amazing experience. And like, think of how often you spend asleep. Think of how long you spend sleeping in your life. That's a pretty significant portion of your life, like at least a third of it, right? Imagine if instead of just going to sleep, you literally are able to go out and explore and adventure with so much more boundlessness than you experience in the physical realm of things. I literally look forward to nighttime and going to sleep so much now because it's so exciting. I get pumped. But this actually leads us into the fourth weird thing that no one talks about the astral realm, and that's that the things that you do there really do have an effect. Now, to be honest, I know that some people have already talked about this, but I'm putting it in the video because I think it's important. The things that you do in the astral realm literally do have an effect, and you literally are impacting things, and you are capable of doing stuff there that has an effect. Now, for me, one of the biggest emphases here is that I've been doing this every single night. And what happens when I wake up in the morning is it's clear that I have gotten way less sleep than I would if I wasn't astral traveling. It's hard to explain. It's like my physical body still gets its rest, but my mental function, like my kind of way that my consciousness kind of processes things, right? My will to create during the day, my will to get up and do my to-do list and things like this, that is incredibly dwindled when I spend the whole night astral traveling. Because it's like I've already been spending that energy. That part of your energy is constantly being spent when you are in the astral realm. So your physical body gets its rest, but your awareness and the way you process things doesn't. So I literally feel almost like I'm hung over after astral traveling, and I literally have to meditate and take little power naps now. To me, it's totally worth it because I get really excited about stuff like this, and I haven't had fun like this in a long time. You guys can probably feel my vibe right now popping off about it. So yeah, the things that you do have an effect, and you traveling around does translate over into the next day of you feeling kind of hungover, kind of tired. Don't grope anybody. It's wrong, guys, okay? It's wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. All right, the fifth thing that is the weird thing about astral travel in the astral realm is, again, another thing that I think you guys probably have heard mentioned, but I'm gonna explain it from my own personal experience and in a way that I think you might be able to relate to a little bit more. And that's that you can interact with extraterrestrials and other energetic entities from different densities of energy, okay? So here's the deal. When you are in the astral realm, there are all these like kind of energy pockets that are all around you. It's hard to explain, but the energy is much more pronounced. And because you don't have your physicality grounding you to your memory and your identity and things that you feel about yourself, in the astral realm, when you walk into a new pocket of energy, it is insanely influential on your being. It completely shifts your direction in the astral realm so much more than it does in the physical realm, where we still feel the effect of the fact that there's a new energy coming at us, but we're so attached to who we are and our idea of ourselves that we actually don't shift as much externally based on it, like in the sense that we don't necessarily turn right the second we feel a new energy here. We keep walking forwards because we're addicted to our path and our story. In the astral realm, this isn't the case. When you enter a new energy pocket or a new energy comes at you, it is very intense and it is very shifting. It can completely change your direction because you literally are navigating basically higher density where the energy isn't as heavy and moves you actually even more. You're more light, you're like a feather, so when the wind blows, you blow with it. You don't just stand here and go, oh, my hair's getting messed up. So something that I've noticed traveling around in the astral realm is that when I'm moving around or I'm flying around, which I'm still learning how to do, I'm basically like a drunk person when I'm flying. It is hilarious. What ends up happening is the energy that I'm around the area that I'm in. For example, if I fly over to LA where my parents live, the energy there is very, very different. And it's very chaotic, and it's clear that there's a lot of negativity and things going on in that area. If I'm here in Sedona and I'm tooling around town here in the astral realm, it's very different. The energy isn't the same kind of influence as it is in LA. So you're going to be experiencing different energies and things. And when you experience them, you resonate with them much more profoundly. And I think a lot of you guys know this, that based on your vibrational resonance, you are going to attract and reflect certain things in your life experience to you that reflect that same energy within you. So if I'm basically swimming in a bunch of negative energy in the astral realm, I've noticed that lots of entities and beings and energies start coming at me insanely quickly that resonate with that energy. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because it's actually very powerful in the astral realm. Because you can experience and feel a lot of the things that are going on without the filter that's making it difficult for us to actually feel the truth of the things that are happening. The awareness is much more expanded. Now, what I like to do in the astral realm is continue to remind myself how grateful I am and feel all of the love within my body. And it's insanely effective. Now, keep in mind that it does take a lot of willpower to try to remember and remind yourself certain things because you become a little kid and you become so driven by the energy around you that it's hard to remember certain things. What are you barking at, buddy? Oh, we got somebody coming through. Come on, Light. Come on. Hello. That was good. Watch out, Light. He's literally trying to go with her on his bike. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So basically, the energy really drives you. But the thing is if you can stay in love, you will attract and resonate with so many other beings in the astral realm that are of that vibration of unconditional love. And you can experience so many downloads, so many vibrational upgrades, so much information, so much communication. I've been interacting with extraterrestrials and the Pleiadian consciousness. That's the one that I tend to resonate with the most when I stay in love and I don't go around groping people. Going around groping people and spying on them is a great way to attract other kinds of energies into your experience, I'm sure. So it's very cool. You know, you're so sensitive to all the energy around you, and you end up interacting with a lot of other energies and entities that exist around us, even in this dimension, but we're just not seeing them. We're feeling them, but we're just not seeing them. And in the astral realm, you're like literally seeing them. So it's wild, guys. So I had a lot of fun making this video. If you did like it, make sure to go below, give it a thumbs up, and let me know what's the weirdest thing that I mentioned in this video that you've also experienced, or what's something that you've experienced that's super weird that hasn't happened yet for anybody else. I'd love to hear from you guys below, and I'll see you for the next astral traveling video. And yeah, thanks a lot for being here. I'll see you guys soon, maybe in the astral realm.